Hi, this is Jeff Berlin, and I'd like to thank everybody for picking up this bass tape. I put together a bunch of exercises I think that you'll find helpful for your improvement as bass players, different things for you to work on. We will get into them as the tape progresses. I think that today we put a lot of emphasis on technique and a lot of emphasis on chops, and this tape ought to demonstrate to you things that you can work on that will improve these aspects of your music. We'll be doing different scalular things. We'll be discussing concepts that will certainly lend itself to improvement as a bass player. So thanks for being here. I'd like to show you the type of equipment that I'm into. I've been playing these amplifiers for 5-6 years now. I've been using Yamaha equipment, and I stand by Yamaha all the way. For me, it has some of the best bass sounds that I've used. On the top, I'm using 2 of the Yamaha preamps. And on the bottom, I'm using 3 Yamaha E1010 analog delays. I don't always have them hooked up together, but these analogs seem to add a bit of warmth to my overall bass sound. I got them when I was working with Alan Holdsworth, and Yamaha supplied them and fixed them to do a certain function that they don't distort when I use them in the loop. Also, Yamaha power amps, which for me are the quietest, cleanest power amps. And on the bottom, the 215s. These 2 middle 12s are EV12s, but I enjoy the overall sound of these 4 speakers. I just want to add on one little point. In truth, there isn't any particular piece of equipment over anything else that might be more superior. I'm saying this because it's up to you as musicians to go out and try the different pieces of equipment that are available and make your choices, see what it is that you like sound-wise, durability-wise, and by trying different pieces of equipment, you will finally come upon something, that makes sense to you and will fit your musical needs. So for me, it is this. I recommend that as young players, try different things. I think you'll find that it'll really be helpful. Bass-wise, I'd like to start with this instrument here, which was made by a guitar maker in St. Petersburg, Florida, named John Buscarino, who is the president of Nova Guitars. This bass is an incredible little instrument. I just got it, and I plan to use it for different records, but for some of the things I've been playing on it, I think it's going to be a new addition to my bass gigs, the records, the things that I do. I think this is going to be a new addition, something I'm going to use a lot. Simply badass EMGs, a typical form, obviously, for the instrument, but it's a handsome-looking instrument, and I think it's light. I like light basses, and I think that this is going to be something new. But the real bass I'd really like to show you is this one, because this is the bass that I've used on about 45, 50 albums. This is the bass that, this is my bass. I mean, I love this instrument. It's been with me for a long time. I've done a lot of different work on it. It's sort of a bum. It's a mutt. It's a put-together bass, but it's put together the way that I like it. It's an old precision body, a 64. And the old jazz neck that I had on, it was a P-bass body, but it was a jazz neck that had gotten worn out. I had worn out the frets, and had Michael Tobias from Tobias Basses make me another copy, and it is utterly perfect. And it's as well as a bass manufacturer for Tobias Basses. He makes the best 5-string and 6-string basses anywhere, period. He also is an excellent parts manufacturer, and for me, he has made this neck. This pickup, it's an interesting pickup. It's by Bartolini. Bill Bartolini made this for me after the one he had made several years ago gathered distortion, because I played so much on the pickup that the pickup magnets collected all the static, and every time I touched the string, it was like crackle. So the pickup was retired, and in 1984, Bill looked in his drawer after the company had developed. He looked in his drawer and found the original blueprint that he made for me, the original pickup in 1975. So that is that pickup. This one is shut off. It's an old high A, also made by Bill. But Ronnie Montrose, the guitar player with Montrose, who also produced Champion, my first record, he hot-rodded this bass by putting volume here, tone here for this pickup, and this pickup is shut off, and well, I'll hook it up one day, but not tonight. So I just wanted to show you that this is off, this one's on. And the Badass Bass Bridge, which is made by Glenn Kwan, the Badass Bass Company, for me, that is the bridge of all time. If there was a best product, it has to be this bridge. And the Badass Bass 2 is obviously a fantastic addition to a bass. A lot of standard bridges usually don't do the job that the Badass does, and a lot of replacement bridges that are copies of the Badass, as far as I'm concerned, do not do the same job. So for me, it's this bridge, this pickup, and finally Carl Thompson bass strings, big fan of Carl Thompson bass strings, folks. They're made in New York. Not many, it's not a big company. Not a whole lot of people know about him, but those that do, Stanley Clark is one of them, and we are big fans of Carl Thompson bass strings. Again, it's one of those products that I consider the best. I'm a terrific fan of his strings. So here it is. This is my bass, the type of guitar that I have. We're going to go into some stuff in a minute. Obviously, you see my Roddy Piper sticker. Roddy Piper is the flamboyant.
I've always been a big fan of you, Mr. Berlin. Irving Berlin, I've always loved you. You're younger than I thought, Irving. You are Irving Berlin, aren't you?
Jeff Berlin, bass player.
Jeff Berlin.
Jeff. Yeah, I'm a bass
Who the hell are you?
Bass player. I play bass. I write a column for Guitar Player.
Well, how come you got my guitar?
What do you mean your guitar?
That's my name, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's on that guitar, isn't it?
Yes.